We are now at week 6. My opponent, Rek, has the classic Torkoal plus Wake Sun draft. I know you don't see Wake in the big sprites, but he is there in the little sprites. This dock stopped updating before Wake came out, so I had to put Wake inside this dock through my own means. So Sun is a much harder weather for me to use alongside the opponent. So it's time to bring out the Rain Dance Klefki. What Sun abusers should I be fearing? All of them, basically. Rek's got nukes, sleep powder spamming speed demons, and sturdy support beacons. One thing that stands out to me, I'll need strong priority. This is to prevent Wake and Zard. It's looking like Shifu is gonna get benched again. So first up is Gyarados, a standard offensive spread with adamant nature to hit as hard as possible, while creeping neutral speed nature Regidrago. Waterfall and Ice Fang is all it needs to hit everything for decent damage. Taunt is to stop Uxie or Tinkaton from spamming support moves if they opt for a defensive spread. And Citrus is for added longevity. Terra Grass is to be immune to Sleep Powder and resist Solar Blade. Gyarados' main role is to power down everything with Intimidate, and then providing stable damage to put things in range of Sucker Punch. Next is Covert Cloak Klefki. This is to prevent Fake Out Tinkaton and Hariyama from flinching me, so it can pretty much get up whatever it needs. Rain Dance is the main move by powering down fire moves and slowing down Chlorophyll mons. Dazzling Gleam for damage. Rek has a lot of Fairy Weak mons. Light Screen covers my team's special side. And Trick Room is if Zard, Lilligant, or Wake is still too much for me. Terra Dragon gives me resistance to the Fire Water Grass cores Rek has at his disposal. And EVs make Keys able to check Hariyama and Lilligant. Klefki in combination with Gyarados gives my team damage suppression on all fronts. Our third mon is Sandy Shocks. Although Rek can manually set Sun, Booster is for when Rain is up. Shocks will be able to outspeed Wake with Booster up. And it's the standard Protect plus 3 attacks, with Terra Blast Dragon to hit grasses and smash Wake. Terra Dragon defensively is just really good in this matchup in my opinion. Now we have a quirky Weavile set. I thought if I wanted to deny turns, this set would be best at it. Fake Out and Fling King's Rock allows me to flinch for 2 turns. Ice Spinner for picking off stuff, and Helping Hand when nothing else is needed from Weavile. Nothing special to note about the EV spread and Terra. I always wanted to try the funny double flincher. Tornadus Therian is back with a quirky item as well. We have the Utility Umbrella. And if I'm reading this correctly on Bulbapedia, the Utility Umbrella shields you from negative effects of rain and sun directed at you, while still allowing you to reap the positive aspects of rain and sun. This should mean that fire moves aimed at it are not sun boosted, and Wake's Hydro Steam in both weathers are not boosted. So basically, Utility Umbrella will feel like an Assault Vest boost, without losing out on status moves. Bleak Windstorm for damage, also it's really spammable versus Rek, and keeps the 100% accuracy bonus in rain. Tailwind to give my team another option to outspeed Wake, even if it's at +1. And Terra Blast Dragon for the same reasons as Klefki and Shocks. Lastly, we have Bisharp without Eviolite. Yes, this set takes away what Bisharp has over King Gambit, but not much else can boast such a powerful priority move. Bisharp finishes off things with its stab moves, Terra Blast Flying snipes Hariyama and the grass types, while Grass Knot does a hefty 43 to 51% on Mudsdale, while ignoring the stamina boost. Inner Focus because Rek has 2 Fake Out users and no Intimidators, and Terra flying defensively works as an out against Hariyama. Bisharp works best in Trick Room, but under Tailwind, it can still outspeed Regidrago, Tinkaton, and non-max speed Uxie. So right off the bat, there's no Torkoal. I'm completely taken aback by that. So right now what I want to do is see how much damage I can get off alongside Weavile's double flinch start. The best mon at 1v1ing most of Rek's team would be Gyarados, so that's my lead. Bisharp and Torn are in the back for cleaning purposes. So I can double flinch the Wake while Gyarados Ice Fangs the Meow. Wake Terra Electrics. Flower Trick does a little over half, but I'll live the next one thanks to Citrus. Now turn 2 doesn't go how I expected. Flower Trick ends up KOing the Gyarados. At first I thought it was a ludicrous roll, but after the match I realized, duh, it was Overgrow. So now I bring in Torn because Wake isn't in range for Sucker Punch. I protect here to dodge the Terra Blast Electric, but Wake protects too, so oh well, Weavile just gets a kill. Hariyama comes out. I know that Wake is packing Terra Blast Electric because defensively Terra Electric doesn't really help at all. And I do have some scary waters in my draft. So because of this insight, I was really considering turning Torn into a dragon, but I ended up resisting the urge because with Hariyama out there, Bisharp needs the Terra way more. So Yama fakes out the Weavile, and I steal the freaking Flame Orb. My Terra Blast doesn't do much, but that's okay, since now Wake is in range of Sucker. Finally, Wake hits the Draco to OHKO my Torn anyway. I'm so glad I didn't Terra Dragon, because I would have looked like a huge fraud taking that Draco Meteor. I honestly forgot that Wake was a Dragon type. My singles Brain Rot couldn't save me there. Well, now Weavile is burned and all I have left is Bisharp. Thankfully Wake is -2, and Weavile can still Helping Hand. But Hariyama detects. So my turn is wasted and at least Wake KOs the Weavile and gets -4. There's the interesting feint, and Terra Blast even at -4 is a 2-ko. So one interesting thing to note is that my Terra Blast OHKOs without Helping Hand. So at this point, I could Sucker Punch Wake to try 1v1 the hat, but I thought to myself, there was no way I can live a hit from the hat at 22% without Eviolite. So I just let Bisharp die to make it look like I didn't have Sucker Punch. I lost game 1. Bisharp's squishiness was a huge culture shock for me, so I'm gonna have to adjust to that. Another takeaway was Hariyama's moveset, and no Sucker Punch bluff, and my no Sucker Punch bluff. So yeah, you can see Fake Out, Detect, Feint, his last move since it's Guts, it has to be a fighting move, close combat. Alright, game 2. For game 2, I needed to weaken that Booster Energy special attack Wake. Weavile can definitely be benched because the funny flinching was not worth pickpocketing a Flame Orb. Horn and Klefki could be a play, as I can get up screens and spam Bleak Wind. However, this pairing is incredibly bad versus Hatterene. So, I readjust the lead by doing Bisharp and Torn, with Klefki and Gyara in the back. This time, my Mons in the back serve as switch-in. Klefki can take Dracos while Gyara can take a Guts CC or Hydro Sting. So I get up Tailwind to help Bisharp, and Ironhead the Hat. Meow doesn't really scare me, and I do get an impressive Oko. But Meow sets up Trick Room. No wonder my Mons outsped it. That was a sick tech on Rex's part, and now my Tailwind is actually a detriment. Now comes Hariyama. I do know its moveset now. No wide guard, and no coverage. So what I can do is swap Bisharp out into Gyarados to take the CC and Intimidate. And Torn is now free to spam Bleak Wind. The Helping Hand CC hurts a bit. And my Bleak Wind misses one. But I still think we're in a good spot. Here I can switch Gyarados into Klefki since it lives anything. Torn can protect because it lives Faint plus Flower Trick. But turns out that Meow just switches and Hariyama protects. So all that happens to this in this turn was repositioning. So now I'm expecting Hari to CC Klefki since Torn walls it, and Drago will Dragon Energy me, since that should Oko it. I get up Light Screen so I can dish out big damage and live the Dragon Energy, but it's Draco and I still live. Everything goes according to plan, and we don't miss. So even if Rek did a double target to KO something, replacing either of Mons with Gyara behind screens would still put me in a great position. Meow comes out, but Klefki just uses Trick Room against Rek and wins with a double dazzling kill. I think this was my first 4-0 win. So I'm really feeling good for Game 3. As long as I keep intimidating and resisting CC, Hariyama shouldn't force Bisharp to Terra. Then, Bisharp will be healthy enough to keep racking up KOs. I feel like Wake is coming this time around, so I can still do the same lead and same backups. Hariyama leads, but based on how I swapped to Gyara and revealed Terra flying before, I can expect Hariyama to not immediately go for CC. It will want to go for Fake Out, and since Bisharp potentially has Inner Focus, Rek would want to Fake Out Torn, and then get rid of it altogether with Draco. So based on that play, I switched Torn to Klefki, and Sucker Punch Wake to get it in KO range. I got the Fake Out right, but Bisharp takes a nasty Hydro Steam. Now the Sucker Punch mind games begin. I'm expecting Wake to protect or switch to read Sucker, so I'm just gonna Iron Head the Yama and get up Light Screen. So he does protect. Can I flinch? And no flinch, but I live that. Now I can Sucker Punch plus Gleam for the double KO. But Meow switches in. I still get good damage in and break its sash. But at this point, Meow can stop Klefki. So the best I can do is trade with Bisharp. So now it's up to my flying boys. So I do a simple Bleak Wind plus Waterfall here. Sucker Punch doesn't do much since it's -1. I flinch. Unfortunately, I don't stop the Trick Room. So this looks a bit tricky. But thanks to light screen, Wake can't OHKO Torn. It can't KO Gera too once I activate Terra Grass. I'm not sure what the hat will do, but I'll Waterfall it with Gera and Raw Terra Blast Wake so it gets in range of everything. Psychic does little. I still live after Helmet. That Helmet. And then Draco targets the Torn. And from this point, it's arguably checkmate. Turn 7. With 3 turns of Trick Room left, Torn just has to protect, survive, protect. Then KO with a Raw Terra Blast. I know for sure Torn survives because after some calcs, Rek's only move to KO Gera is Draco, and that will put it at -4 against Torn. If Rek ignores Gera and tries to KO Torn while it still can, it'll have to deal with Gera's Ice Fang spam. So the only way for Rek to win now is by a crit or triple Ice Fang miss. So to end, Ice Fang does not miss. So GG's to Rek. Sneaky of him throwing off my game plan by not bringing Sun. I'm sure he had a Sun mode based on that Zard, but it never came out. I like to believe not revealing Sucker Punch helped with Game 3. Delaying the mind games for just 1 turn made Wake careless, so it got in range to be taken down with minimal risk. I especially liked how I was able to analyze the flaws in my lead and adjust it accordingly for Game 2. Another big contributor for this win was knowing Hariyama's moveset at the end of Game 1. This allowed me to be fearless with my flying types and spread moves, as well as reduce my time spent protecting so Feint doesn't get me. However, this was far from a safe win. I'm not sure why Meow suckered Gera over Flower Trick, but if it did Flower Trick, Citrus would activate, but Gera would still be way too low to survive a Hydro Steam after that Spadef draw. The checkmate situation would turn into a situation where I either hope he doesn't read Protect, or hope I don't miss Bleak Wind. A really fun set. Can't wait to show next week's games, as that'll be the last one before I do live recording.